Interview 1.
Excuse me, I'm doing some interviews for KTMU Radio. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. What about?
We want to know if people think it's important to maintain traditions.
Do you mean like weddings or whatever?
Yes. Do you think traditions are an important part of our society?
Well, I think they used to be more important, but I think a lot of people, especially young people, don't really care about a lot of the old traditions.
What about you, personally?
No, I'm not into all that traditional stuff like formal weddings or funerals.
Why not?
They're not relevant to today's society. Young people don't relate to those kinds of ceremonies. We want to do things in more creative, interesting ways. And anyway, I can't stand dressing up.
Okay. Thanks for your opinion.
Sure, no problem.
Interview 2.
Ma'am, would you mind if I asked you some questions? I'm with KTMU Radio.
Oh, no, I don't mind.
Thank you. Do you think it's important for our society to maintain traditions?
Well, of course, all societies have their rituals and traditions. That said, all things change with time. I don't think we can expect new generations to keep doing things exactly the way they've always been done.
So you don't object to changes in traditions like weddings, graduation ceremonies, or other traditional ceremonies?
No, I'm a professor at the university, and every year I love seeing what the kids do at the graduation ceremony. They do some pretty non-traditional things, but the essence of the ceremony, the joy of it, stays the same.
Thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Interview 3.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm with KTMU Radio. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Well, I guess that's okay.
Good, thanks. How important do you think it is for a society to maintain certain traditions from generation to generation?
I think that traditions are one of the things that give society, and groups within a society, a sense of history and continuity.
And do you think young people feel the same way? I mean, are they interested in maintaining traditions?
Some are, but for the most part, no. Look at the City History Festival. The kids aren't interested in it. They think it's boring or silly. Nowadays, kids avoid getting involved in anything to do with history or traditions. It's a shame because the traditions will be lost soon.
Thank you for your opinion, sir.
It was a pleasure.
Interview 4.
Hi. Do you mind if I ask you some questions for the KTMU Vox Pop Show?
No, not at all.
Thanks. We're asking people their opinions about traditions. Do you think traditions are important and should stay the same? Or is it okay for old traditions to change or disappear?
Well, I know that most people my age aren't really interested in keeping traditions, but I think it's important.
Why is that?
Traditions are important in order for our society to maintain its identity, and also so that there are connections and similarities between one generation and another. For example, if I were getting married, I would want to have a really traditional wedding, just like my parents' wedding, with a white dress and dancing and everything. I guess that's kind of uncool, but that's what I believe.
Thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome.